How's it going, everybody? Welcome back to 2A News Now. And as always here at 2A News Now, you get your Second Amendment news, straightforward and to the point with no BS added in. Back in 2021, we found out that the ATF was using the NICS system to monitor United States citizens that are buying guns. It's supposed to be that any data the NICS system has in it is supposed to be deleted within 24 hours. But the ATF wanted to keep that data anywhere between 30 days to 180 days. But the thing is, the data the ATF was looking through, none of the people had been charged with a crime. They were using that data that was illegally being kept, who thought that might commit a crime later on, which is absolutely ridiculous. And get this, the system was not only being used widespread, looking at the data of people that might commit a crime, they were also using that data to help states like California that have stricter gun laws than others. So since there's been changes in the ATF, since Donald Trump took over as president, on Monday the ATF implemented a new policy that is supposed to safeguard the privacy rights of gun owners. I'm going to pop up on the screen so you guys can follow along with me. A memo that was dated April 23rd, 2025. And the memo is from Assistant ATF Director Robert Cekada. The use of the NICS alert is a valuable investigative technique for firearm trafficking investigations. It is critical that the tool is utilized properly and only when needed. And to this end, we are undergoing an extensive review of all current alerts and stipulating additional requirements for future use of NICS alerts, effective immediately. Special agents in charge, approval, and Deputy Assistant Director concurrence is now mandatory for all NICS alerts. NICS alerts may only be utilized in cases involving suspected violations of federal firearm statutes. See 28 CFR Part 25. This investigative technique should not be utilized to primarily investigate state firearm laws. A formal memo for approval will be utilized, which will require the following information: requester's name, field division/office, contact number and email, ATF case number, name of the person subject to alert, list of suspended federal firearm violations, summary of suspected activity to date which exceeds FBI's criteria to initiate the NICS alert, and requested length of the NICS alert, 30, 60, 90, or 180 days. So it seems like they're basically saying that the NICS system will only be used when there are violations of federal law going forward. So this should put a stop to ATF monitoring just anybody they want to, just because they think they might break a federal law. And for sure, the ATF should never be asked to investigate or help enforce states' gun laws. Just to name a few, like New Jersey, New York, and California. And of course now Colorado. We all know during the Biden administration, the ATF was directed to infringe on our Second Amendment rights, and using the NICS system to monitor the gun purchases of people who haven't been convicted of a crime is a crime in itself. And the people that did so should be arrested and put on trial. And former director of the ATF under the Biden administration, Stephen Dettelbach, was just a yes boy and did anything the Biden administration asked him to do, especially when it came to infringing on our Second Amendment rights. They just didn't care. Law-abiding citizens should not be treated like criminals. But in the case of the ATF during the Biden administration, that's exactly what happened. The law-abiding citizens were the target of the ATF. And for the most part, it seems like they really didn't give a shit about the criminals. Hopefully this is a first step in many to rein in the ATF. It's a good start, but there's a long way still to go. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section about this new policy from the ATF. And as always, I appreciate everybody that supports the channel, not only by watching the videos, but also taking time to like, share, and subscribe, and hit those post notifications. I really do appreciate it, and it helps the channel out and helps it continue to grow. And I invite all of you to come back and watch my next video.